Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your one and only Step Potato. Today, we're going to take a look at the brand new American Tier 8 Premium, the T77. It is currently in the store for 20,000 gold, or you can buy it for itself without the legendary camo for 17,500 gold. Is it worth getting the vehicle? Yes and no. Yes, because it is a very, very unique, fun vehicle and adds a bit of flavor to Tier 8. No, because it's too expensive. Right now, an average Tier 8 vehicle like the T54E2, the Shark, is worth about 10k gold. Sometimes it goes down to 8,500. This one, they're asking a bit too much. However, I would like to thank Wargaming that they finally decided to sell a Tier 8 Premium, no matter how expensive it is, for actual gold and not in crates or not in those crates that don't give charms, like for example when you got the Kyler or the 752 or the Object 268 version 4. That being said, let's take a look at some of the statistics of the vehicle. Of course, we know that the T77 is the first vehicle that gets this new system, which is pretty much useless, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. The vehicle is a unique two-shot autoloader, not auto-reloader, just an autoloader. Okay, has about 2,076 DPM, 19.5 seconds of reload, 2 seconds of interclip, and 2 shells in the magazine. The primary ammo is APCR, not AP, but it has about decent amount of penetration, heat for your pramo, and high explosive. Average damage per shell is about 380. 320 on Pramo, and 440 for HE. Just think about this. If you hit a Borsig or a Waffenträger, or any vehicle that you can actually HE that doesn't have Spaliner, they're going to take about 880 damage in 2.5 seconds. That's pretty good. Dispersion is 0.310. I am using Refined Gun. And there's 10 degrees of gun depression. Please note, you only have 12 degrees of gun elevation, so your positioning is very important for this vehicle. Top speed 35, reverse is a very high 18 kilometers per hour, so you can poke out, dump your shells, go back into cover. Power weight, somewhat decent. You'll see more in the speed test. And that's pretty much it. This is the equipment that I run in the vehicle. The reason why we're running calibrated shells is because without calibrated shells, your Pramo spend is going to be 245. And that's not really that good. That's like Lansen levels of penetration. I'm using Refined Gun, but you can also use vertical stabilizers. Enhanced gun laying drive. You can use supercharger for further shots, or just, hope for the best and aim in. And let's go continue with the review, starting off with the speed test. So we're going to take a look at the Action 10 and the T77. These vehicles are both very comparable in their forward speed, average speed, and horsepower per ton. So they accelerate pretty much the same, keep the same speed. And if you've seen an Action 10 in the game, you kind of have an idea of how fast or how slow this vehicle would be. The one distinct advantage of the T77 over the Action 10 is that reverse speed. The Action 10 does only have 12 kilometers per hour. Meanwhile, the T77 has 18. And you can see right here, right? It's very clear how slow the Action 10 is compared to the T77. It gives the T77 the ability to dump their shells and then pull back into cover pretty fast. Now, looking at the armor for the T77, it does not really have that much reliable armor. We are using 3 different vehicles. First one is the Chimera. With AP shells, Chimera can pretty much cut through the cheeks of the turret and the hatch, as always. And that's not even using APCR, right? So that's an easy pen, right around that area, near the bottom lip. And of course, you can easily pen the hatch. One good thing is, though, you cannot HE using the Chimera. That's about 60 millimeters of pen. You can't cut through. When you move forward and, you look towards the bottom plate, you'll see that you can pen it with AP. Don't even need APCR. When you load APCR, a small part of the upper plate will be pennable by the Pramo round. Looking at the sides, you can see easy pen. If the vehicle also tries to side script like any American vehicle, you should be able to cut through it easy peasy. You can see AP, no problem penning most of the turret. There are parts that are a bit red, but you cannot HE even the sides. And the rear, you actually cannot HE the rear of the T77 with the Chimera. It's good. So no surprise HE attacks from the butt. Now the next vehicle is in IS-3. You can see initially, you straight out, this is the maximum hull down. The T77 can already shoot the IS-3 on this point, right? Very barely, but you can shoot to the cheeks. IS-3, AP rounds, no problem going to the cheeks, no problem going to the hatch. And if the IS-3 moves a bit forward, you know, goes over the ridge, let's say face hugging this vehicle, upper plate is not, a lower plate and upper plate is not a problem. If you load Pramo, it will actually cut through the upper plate. There's certain parts where it can cut through, see? Like in the middle. Going to the sides, same thing with the Chimera, easy peasy. And you also cannot HE. Now, this is a bit different. This is the M4190 Bulldog, the German Bulldog, the Black Dog. With AP shells, it's a bit harder to pen the turret face itself. There are weak spots you can go through, but it's not completely reliable. The lower part of the turret ring will be pennable. The lower lower plate is pennable. If you load Pramo, it's going to be easier to pen, but you're going to lose out on DPM and damage. With HEP, though, your HEP round, you cannot HEP it frontally. But, as you will see the next shot, let's skip forward. You can actually HEP HEP using the HE round on the side of the turret. Okay, that's a full pen with the M41 Bulldog. And you see the stun line we're aiming at? That small pot line in side armor? That's actually a full pen by HEP. And of course, since you're using very high HE pen rounds, you can HE the bum of the T77 completely. And the back of the turret, there's a line. See? There's the back, the butt, and then there's a line. You can use HEP. So if you're using a charioteer with about anything with 65 millimeters of penetration, you can HE the vehicle in the rear. So basically, there's nothing really you'd struggle to penetrate with on the T77. The only vehicle I can see that it's a problem is the E75, especially when it's angled. But everything else should be an easy pen. If you can't pen with AP, just go to APCR, right? Like your typical tier 8 heavy. Now, for gameplay, how you should play the vehicle, you should be looking at targets that you can actually clear out with both shots or do a significant amount of damage if they're not looking at you. You want to be second line. You do have 10 degrees of gun depression, but like the Salmo SM, you know, those kind of vehicles with weaker turrets but some hull armor, you don't want to put yourself too much at risk, right? Especially that knowing that you're an autoloader, you have a 20-second reload. You don't want to be caught out in the open. You know, you dumped 880 damage HE, but you're gonna end up bleeding out and losing so much HP. Try to be in positions where you can pre-aim, like on this shark, right? Fire one shell, pull back, use that reverse speed, be the ultimate peek-a-boom vehicle, right? You dump your shells, pull back, reload, wait for them to not notice you, and then you dump the shells again. For like longer shots, like on this shooter emo, you might want to aim in completely. The gun is not that accurate, but you can hit your shots on faraway targets. So you want to try to be second line, hull down and second line, and you try to get these shots on people who are not looking at you. Because although you can trade with some of the heavies, it's better off that you don't do that. You're gonna bleed out. And since you're an autoloader, any clipper for that matter, you have the potential to clear out one shots and help your team take out those nasty vehicles, especially when it's like very low HP, around, you know, under 800, right? And most vehicles that push up onto you, even like the shark, this shark right here, there is a propensity for you just clear them out. Boom, 2 shells. Just remember that you are very vulnerable when you're reloading. Although you have 18 kilometers per hour reverse speed, you are, you know, you can get shot. You're not really completely safe as is. So make sure your positioning is right, and that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe for more videos and streams. Step Potato signing out.